American football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Bills, and it's all up next.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. I'm Kate Scott, joining me as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL Divisional Round game. Well, excited the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kate. With every one of these playoff rounds, that pressure just grows. It increases. That Super Bowl gets closer and closer. And your game, well, it's got to increase with it. If you can't take your level of play up a notch from the previous week, can't rise to the occasion and find that extra gear befitting the situation we're in, well, that's the week you're going to be sent home and be a fan like the rest of us.
So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
First play, and Young's gonna pass. And he nearly gave it away to start this game. Almost an interception, but instead, a gift. They get it back for second down. Out of the gun, Young. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Young to throw it. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Samuel now to return it. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Following the play, though, one of the Bills still pretty shaken up down there. Trainer's going to get out there to see what's wrong. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he'll pick up enough to chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
And looky here, you don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
First down throw for Allen. Curtis Samuel's there for the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Allen now on first down. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Give it away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from his own end zone. He's got it over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Steelers first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Trying to work quickly now. Defense shows blitz. Young. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Young working from the gun. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 58 yards on the punt there. Take over possession. New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, Allen. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Grant Delpit in to pick it off.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Okay, ready?
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now it's Young. Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. So that's the end of one in this AFC Divisional Round contest. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Park Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They've got first and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Here's Chubb up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that will set up first and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Let's go now. 52
From the red zone now. He's on the move. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. They're out and set. First and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
48-yard line.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills pushing for points. All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. So they're left facing third and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
The Steelers calling their first time out as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Everybody rushing back to the line.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Steelers.
To the air on first down, Young. Rolling into enemy territory. They get 27 on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Ready up.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go. Ready.
Young throwing here. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 20.
An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
On 2nd and 10, Young. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On 3rd down, it's Young. That's caught for the 1st. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers stretch their lead to 21.
Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. First and 10. Here's Allen. That's complete to Coleman on the slant. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Second and 3 now. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And this won't be Cox. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
Allen on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Allen gonna throw again. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He's back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. We've reached halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. We'll get started out west in Las Vegas, where you see the final score there. Desmond Ridder, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it your way, let's hand it back over to Kate Scott. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Huard.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Half the battle complete, Brock, as we resume play here. A spot in our AFC Championship on the line. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now on 1st down. Allen hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Allen setting up play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They send a man in motion. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. He has it at the 5! And in, touchdown Buffalo! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Bills get it back to a 14-point game. Bass now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45. The Steelers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And a little space is all he needed to reach that 35-yard line. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Young working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Defense shows blitz. Young. Able to find Gainwell. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They're going to run for it with Chubb. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs. They've got first down from the 31. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Another one for Cook. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Motioning Watson left. Allen on 3rd down. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. Only 1 quarter left before we send one of these teams to the AFC title game. It's Bills football and their season on the line here as they trail. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Allen on the play action. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And after the play, we turn our attention to the injured man. That's Christian Watson, who's being worked on. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Cook calls it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
This is Cook on the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Allen looking to throw. This one's caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Allen. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. Allen setting up to throw. Touchdown, Buffalo! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Hardman with a return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Young up 1st and 10. Vacates quickly left side. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. The give inside to Chilom. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Steelers leading by 7. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap now to Young. Escapes the pocket. Complete, it's Cooper. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They are running from the gun with Chubb. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And they'll have just one left to burn now. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Again, it's Chubb. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Chubb. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Gotta hurry this to the line. Back to throw it. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches.
Come on, set. Ten cycles. Ready.
Back to throw. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
So we have a pause here. Inside 2 minutes, all reviews come from the booth. And they want to take one more look. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again. Unlike these officials, who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
No change to the call on fields. That play's going to remain a touchdown. Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Bills 14. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Samuel now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Catch is made down the right sideline. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending.
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And they get back on top of it, but he's touched down. So no final heroics today. This one is over. So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And they pulled off the rare and elusive road win in the postseason, which means their journey stays alive another week as they head to the conference championship, where they're going to get a shot to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Buffalo.